really think about the absolute state of the United States? A country with so-called free speech, enshrined in the First Amendment to the Constitution of these United States. And yet we live in a country full of fucked up motherfuckers who are constantly power tripping in their little teeny tiny worlds, trying to squeeze any sort of freedom of speech out of people, especially when they're younger. So this story here, I mean, this is just like a bizarre one, okay? This is a very, very bizarre story. A judge ruled that a school district could bar a student from wearing a Mexican and American flag sash at graduation, but she did it anyway. Like, now, I don't want to be here and talk about, like, important problems. Why don't we focus on, I don't know, child hunger? Why don't we focus on, gun violence, right? But I mean, like, the idea that a fucking school district would get so absolutely fucking triggered about someone wearing a Mexican sash at graduation. Oh my dear heavens, the decorum is at risk if someone wears a Mexican sash at graduation. Like, imagine this becoming an issue. Like, imagine, right? Like, what the fuck? Imagine this being an issue. Imagine, like, you hear, like, oh, did you hear someone's planning on wearing a Mexican flag sash? Like, I just imagine that. Like, who cares? Jesus. Colorado high school student has defied, by the way, this person is pretty badass. A judge basically says, fuck you, bitch. And she is like, yeah, how about fuck you, bitch, instead. And she went and did it anyway. So just hats off to her. She's pretty cool. Has defied a court ruling on wearing a Mexican and American flag sash at graduation. A federal judge has ruled that a local school district could bar a student from wearing the flag sash at her high school graduation. I mean, fuck, dude. Like, judges should be doing more important shit. Like, I don't know, judging whether or not cops should go to jail because they shot the 15th black person this week. That's what judges should be doing. Instead, judges are ruling on the side of being against free speech, saying that school districts are allowed to be petty tyrants on people's fucking graduation dress code. Like, fuck you with your fucking dress code. Fuck you with your dress code. Anyone that's even remotely in favor of any kind of these school dress codes needs to go fuck themselves, okay? Because it's fucking annoying garbage to hear people, you're wearing a green sash when our sashes are supposed to be blue. No! Right? Like, fuck, man. Think about, like, how much fucking ink is in the printers is more of a concern when they're printing out these diplomas, is more of a concern than what fucking color the sash from some bitch is wearing. Like, oh my god. Okay. Naomi Pena Villasano had tried to sue Garfield County School District 16 with her attorney, saying their ban on her sash violated free speech and unfairly prevented her from representing her culture. But Nina Y. Wang, the judge presiding over the case, argued that the act of wearing a sash during a graduation event was school-sponsored speech, not private speech. What? Like, is this bitch on drugs? Is Nina Y. Wang like a fucking cocaine addict or some shit? What? And okay, so it's school-sponsored speech, and therefore that means that the school has every right to, like, deny you your diploma because you wore a green sash? That's so dumb. Oh, Jesus. The school district is permitted to restrict that speech as it sees fit in the interest of the kind of graduation it would like to hold. In a Change.org petition, Peña Villasano wrote that my high school administration and superintendent have said no twice. However, there are no written policies that state otherwise. I will not allow my culture, heritage, and nationality to be shut down from being represented. So there's no rule against it. I love this. I ran into this when I was in school a lot, of teachers like saying that's against the rules, and then I ask them to point to the rules, and they're like, well, actually, like, I mean, like, that's the thing, like, these motherfuckers defy, oh, it's the rules, decorum, but it's actually not. It's just that they're a bunch of petty tyrants that love, like, squeezing out their own little small droplets of power whenever they fucking can. Oh, some bitch wants to wear a green sash instead of a blue one. Let's get a fucking private squad of assassins to go take them down. How dare her? Like, I mean, like, what the fuck, man? Seriously, talk about a non-issue. I'm a 200%er, 100% American, 100% Mexican, she told a recent school board meeting. She graduated on Saturday wearing her sash to spite the ruling. With the sash initially covered by her graduation gown, Peña Villasano climbed the stage to collect her diploma. The 18-year-old student proudly unveiled her controversial sash just before it was her turn. I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was super nervous. I mean, I just imagine this fucked up planet that we're living on where it's like, are you nervous because, you know, we're going to run out of food in the next couple of years because of climate change? Oh, are you nervous that our water supplies are being poisoned? Oh, are you nervous that nuclear bombs are going to drop? No, I'm nervous. Now, again, I'm not saying this as a way to disparage the student here. She did the right thing, and she's great. I'm just talking about the society that puts people in these positions. Like, no. I'm nervous because I wore a green sash on my graduation. Like, I mean, like, what a waste of human emotion, for Christ's sake. We're spending our time and energy being nervous about some dumbass shit when instead we should be nervous about, I don't know, the fact that we're all malnourished and that 95% of Americans don't eat vegetables. That's what we should be fucking nervous about, right? Like, I mean, just like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of world puts people in the positions where they're more afraid about the color of their sash than they are about nuclear annihilation? Now, I don't mean to be whataboutism here, but I mean, like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know? Wow. Peña Villasano acknowledged that her free speech fight took away from her graduation, but said, I had to focus on standing up for my rights in the past month instead of celebrating. That, you know what? I'm going to say this. That is a celebration of your graduation. You know, personally, I didn't graduate. I dropped out of high school and got a fucking GED when I was 16, because why the fuck would I stay in school to learn a bunch of shit that I could learn on the computer for free, right? But anyway, so I don't give a shit about any of that. But, like, if I were to, you know, if graduation is this big event, making it into, like, yeah, you went into, like, a court battle with your school to show off your heritage, and like, that's a cool story. So I just want to say this much. That is a celebration, and I feel like, you know, she's probably gonna, you know, she shouldn't have had to go through this. That's a duh, right? But, you know, the fact that she did, I mean, it's, you know, it's a lesson to be taught from an early age, and she made the right decision every step of the way. So, again, shout outs to her. But just the idea that a school district is willing to fucking take this to court. Like, I mean, again, like, the student being willing to take this to court, that's good. She's fighting power. But the school is like, you know, like, imagine someone walks in, you're the attorney, you're the superintendent, you're at a meeting, the attorney walks in, yo, this bitch is suing us, what do we do? Like, and your first thought is like, just let her have it, this isn't worth it. Like, no. The superintendent was like, no, let's sue her back. Like, that, like, top 10 cases that should be settled out of court immediately. This fucking shit, man. What the fuck? Like, the school district was like, oh no, yeah, we're actually gonna fight this. We're gonna defend this. I mean, Jesus, fuck mother, man. Talk about embarrassing. But hey, it's America, so what are you gonna do?